Hey,
Hello.
Priscilla. How's it going?
It's going. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's nice to meet you.
You
Thank
too.
you for taking the time to do this. Appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How are things where you are at the moment? Are you relieved to be getting back to some sort of normality over there?
It's been crazy. Things have been going good. I feel like we're getting close to turning a corner, which is exciting.
A very long-awaited corner. It's been
Right.
a long year or so now. But how has it felt to finally be playing shows again? Because I know you did the Opry, was it a couple of weeks ago, and starting to
Yeah.
get back out there now. How has the reaction from the fans been? Are they ready to get back out there, do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, when I played the Opry, the energy in the room was insane. And I played a show a couple weeks back in Kentucky, and same thing. I think people are ready for live music again.
Well, you're in a funny situation really because you've released a load of music during this pandemic, not being able to play it live at all. Does it sort of feel strange to step out there now and people actually know the songs because you haven't kind of seen that progression?
I know. It's honestly really awesome because I feel like people know the songs more than they would if I if they didn't have this time. It's kind of cool to hear that and really see. It's interesting because a lot of this is taken off via social media, and um seeing those people show up at the shows, it's like, whoa, like people are coming out. Like we are excited for this.
Well, you've got the new music out now. The self-titled EP is available everywhere, and the reaction has been so good. Everybody's absolutely loving it. So, what did you want this project to kind of say about you and where you're at as an artist at the moment? Because it's your first EP on a major label, and people say you only get one chance to make a good impression. So, tell us about where it came from.
These are songs that I've written over the past several years, and they're very, very much me. It kind of shows all sides of me, my sassy, my trashy, my sad, and I I feel like this EP, it's the I mean, obviously I love these songs so much, but even the production, I love heavy guitars and songs that just make you feel. And yeah, I couldn't be more proud of this project.
Yeah. Well, like you said there, it's a very diverse EP. You've got a lot of traditional country instrumentation in there, but there's a lot of pop rock elements. You've got the more stripped back stuff like Sad Girls Do Sad Things. Where do you see yourself long term? Do you want to be kind of showing off all sides, or do you see yourself as the more singer songwriter or the more pop rock artist?
I like say this like sound is like the block party sound. It's got country, rock, and pop kind of in it, but I love country music. I That's why I fell in love with writing songs and performing. I love country music. So, right now I totally I, I see myself probably never not doing country music.
Yeah. Well, the success of Just About Over You was just the perfect way to lead into this EP. It's just astonishing how that's taken off. It's like 12 million streams on Spotify now, which is crazy. Tell us about the writing process for that one. And did you know as soon as you finished that song that it was going to take off like that? Did you have a gut feeling?
You know, just about over you. Yeah, it really is a song that has changed it all, and it is the center of this EP. And back when I wrote it back in July, and it's just the whole process of thinking that you're finally over somebody and you realize you're not. And anyway, I think that song just I don't know, it's just super special that's the reason why this EP is here. And the response from that's been awesome. So to see it kind of transfer with the whole project's been great.
Yeah. Well, a big thing for you as well has obviously been signing with Universal, which is huge for any artist in your position as someone who's taken off so quickly from social media. Tell us about that transition from someone who's out there doing the grind, as so many people are in Nashville, to suddenly being with a record label and having the ability to have these brilliantly produced EPs. Tell us about what a difference that makes to someone like you.
For me, the biggest thing was having more people on board. You know, for 7 years of being in Nashville, I've kind of done it all myself. I've booked my own shows, I've done the writing, I've put out my own music, I could barely afford my rent, you know, kind of all of that. And when I signed my deal, you realize this army of people that are there to help, do like with whatever you need help with. So that was really just so eye-opening. And but they're really, you know, as far as me, there's not a lot that's changed. You know, I've kind of done with the project and everything. I've always had this vision in my head of what I wanted this to look like, and having them on board and, you know, letting me run creatively with it has been awesome, you know?
And you've had the backing of not just the record label, but some amazing organisations. I mean, CMT putting you on the Next Women of Country list for 2021, such a huge accomplishment there. So tell us about what it's been like to be a part of that group, and how inspiring it is to be one of the females that's up and coming in country at the moment, because it's such an exciting group.
It's so exciting, and such an honor, you know? There has been so many amazing women that have been in that group, you know, and I think it's cool to you know, bring put in amazing talented women together to help rise together, instead of feeling like, oh, there's only a limited number of spaces and this, that, and the other. So it's been really, really cool to be in that.
Yeah, and it really feels like there's a great camaraderie between you guys as well. I mean, from an outsider's point of view, it looks like the girls are really fighting for each other and supporting each other. How have you experienced that? Have you kind of made some really strong bonds with some of the other females in country?
Yeah. I the support that I've gotten from the women in country music has been amazing. I mean, when everything was kind of just exploding and I was trying to figure out like what was going to happen, you know, Carly Pierce reached out to me, sent me her number, told me to call her if I ever need anything. And there's been a lot of like just people extending their hands out and realizing that I'm new to all of this and kind of just like taking me under their wing.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I mentioned earlier about you playing at the Opry a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to
Yes.
touch on that a little bit more because it was your Opry debut, huge moment for you. Tell us about that whole experience of, going in the dressing room, these historic dressing rooms, walking the corridors, going out on stage. That must have been such a whirlwind experience.
Gosh, it was nuts. I swear I felt like every emotion that day. I mean, I was so nervous, I was so excited. You know, I mean, to play the Opry, that is such an honor. And you know, I was just trying not to pee my pants when I walked out. I'm like, all right, like here goes nothing. Like I hope I remember the words. And it was just playing with the band was insane. You know, they didn't miss a beat. Did not miss a beat.
That's crazy. How just out of interest, how much time do you have to give them to learn these songs? You literally just give them the music on the day and they know it. How does it work at the opera?
They get the music like maybe a couple days before.
Wow,
And
that's
I was
crazy.
like, even when I get there, I'm like, are they gonna know? And everyone's like, they just know, like they're professionals. And I'm like,
That's
okay, well,
crazy.
I'm really glad I didn't get the song 3 days before because I would have never been able to.
Wow, that's amazing. Really didn't know that. But yeah, just before I let you go, Priscilla, I want to ask you about the UK as well, because obviously we'd love to have you over here eventually once the whole COVID stuff is over. Is it in your plans to make the trip over here and introduce yourself to
Yes.
the UK fans?
Oh yeah. I am so excited to go international and just meet all of y'all. And I mean, the support over there has been amazing. So I can't wait.
That's what we like to hear. Well, Priscilla, thanks so much for doing this today. I really appreciate you taking the
Of
time, and
course.
we'll hopefully see you in the UK very soon.
All right. Thanks so much.